This is WBOC News at 11, Delmarva's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Cassie. Semyon, welcome to WBOC News at 11. A week after Delmar Police Corporal Keith Heacook was attacked and taken to shock trauma in Baltimore, his body has now returned home. It's been a long week for the Heacook family and the town of Delmar. WBOC's Connell Smith has followed this story since last Sunday, and today everything comes full circle.
12-year-old Matthew Heacook wrapped tightly in the arms of his mother and a Delaware state trooper shortly after his father's body was unloaded from a hearse Sunday afternoon. From Baltimore to Delmar, hundreds, if not thousands of people lined the processional route. Once in the little town too big for one state, the procession passed by the Delmar Police Department under a suspended American flag. Justin Seymour has lived in Delmar for 23 years. After watching the procession, he wasn't sure what to feel.
It was sad. Trying to hold back the tears for the family and Corporal Heacook. I grew up here in Delmar, so just hearing and just knowing Corporal Heacook and hearing the bag, especially when the bagpipes started playing, that gave me chills.
Corporal Heacook's patrol car has become a temporary memorial to the officer. One letter left on his car reads, "You are my childhood superhero. Inside my heart, I will always miss you very much." Stephanie Preston lives in Salisbury, but wanted to see the memorial and procession for herself.
I just wanted to come and pay my respects, show my support, and just let the law enforcement community know that there are people out there that do support them.
Corporal Heacook was a 22-year veteran of the Delmar Police Department. Many in the community say he was the ideal police officer, and the town will be much different without him. In Delmar, Connell Smith, WBOC News, Delmarva's news leader.
Delmar Police Chief Ivan Barkley tells WBOC a funeral for Corporal Heacook will take place sometime next Monday, May 10th. We are learning more tonight about an accident on the Route 90 bridge near Ocean City. Ocean City Fire Department says the crash happened sometime around 2:45 this afternoon. This is video from Chopper 16 over the scene. A baby was ejected from the vehicle that can be seen teetering over the edge of the bridge. The child was thrown into Assawoman Bay. A Good Samaritan jumped over the guardrail and into the water, rescuing the infant. The child was flown to Johns Hopkins Children's Hospital, while 7 other patients were transported to local hospitals. An afternoon fire in Dover Sunday has left 1 man dead. It happened in the unit block of 10th Street near the Pickering Beach Road. A 61-year-old man was found dead as a result. A 67-year-old female sustained smoke inhalation and was in stable condition at a local hospital. Fire damage is estimated at $20,000. The blaze remains under investigation there in Dover. The Milton Arts Guild hosted a spring fling market this weekend to celebrate the reopening of their showroom. Artists' work was available for purchase, including pieces made from glass, paint, and other materials. The nonprofit will be opening its doors Thursday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., which they were unable to do previously because of COVID-19 restrictions. Vice President Linda Ray Gannon was excited to be able to host another meaningful market.
We have 16 vendors who have brought their materials in, and every artist has sold something, which is really neat. We have a show going on called Celebrations, and that's all work that was done during COVID.
Gannon also says virtual classes have been popular, even drawing artists from places like England and India. The Guild's gallery is planning to move during the summer to its new Federal Street location. A travel rush is on in the U.S. even as COVID outbreaks hit some states hard. Lilia Luciano has more from California.
Crowds enjoyed the outdoors today in Los Angeles as more vaccines and fewer infections boost optimism in the nation's fight against the pandemic.
I'm fully vaccinated and I'm completely comfortable with being out in public.
That confidence is driving up summer plans. 72% of Americans are booking a vacation compared to 37% a year ago. But millions refuse to give the vaccine a shot, despite the danger.
The more that this virus continues to circulate, the more it's going to continue to mutate.
Oregon is fighting another outbreak. Governor Kate Brown has put most of the state under extreme risk restrictions.
As your governor, I chose to save lives.
But more states, including Georgia and Connecticut, are lifting restrictions. In Oklahoma City, there's no longer a state of emergency, prompting this warning from Mayor David Holt.
If you go to a hospital or worse, you die, all because you chose to not get vaccinated, that would really be a tragedy.
Still a push for normalcy. This weekend, the Kentucky Derby welcomed back fans, nearly 52,000 of them. It was the largest crowd at an American sporting event since the pandemic began.
Welcome to the 2021 NFL Draft.
In Cleveland, hundreds of fans gathered for an in-person NFL Draft. Pandemic-weary Americans are booking things up fast with heavy demand for flights, rental cars, and Airbnb. It promises to be a very busy summer. Lilia Luciano, CBS News, Santa Monica.
It was a beautiful sunny Sunday here on Delmarva, taking a live look into Salisbury with our Spicer Brothers construction camera on top of SU's campus. Chief Meteorologist Dan Satterfield will let us know how the beginning of the upcoming work week is looking. For a first look at the forecast, Dan joins us tonight from the Storm Tracker Weather Center. Dan?
Indeed, I do. And as a matter of fact, I got to tell you, the week ahead is going to be kind of all over the place around here. Let's start with just a quick snippet of the 7-day forecast for you. I'm going for 79 Monday and then 88 on Tuesday. And then we start to cool back down later in the week. If you want to go to the beach tomorrow, not as good as today. It's going to be breezy, cloudy, and then the temperature really soars on Tuesday. So I'll tell you what, over the next couple of minutes, we'll detail the week ahead for you and show you when we might see a few strong thunderstorms around here as well. That's coming up.
All right, thank you, Dan. Making headlines tonight, 3 people are dead and as many as 27 were hospitalized when an alleged smuggling boat capsized off the San Diego coast today. The San Diego Fire Department says more than 25 people were rescued in a multi-medical casualty incident. Investigators believe the boat was severely overcrowded and was being used to smuggle migrants into the U.S. illegally. Customs and Border Protection agents have not been able to determine the nationalities of the people rescued. Agents say they do believe they have the smuggler responsible for the illegal operation in custody. Cruise ships return to Galveston, Texas today as the industry prepares for a possible midsummer return. It's been 14 months since passenger cruise ships have towered over Galveston's downtown skyline. The suspension of the cruise industry from Galveston has led to a loss of 23,000 jobs and $1.6 billion in wages statewide. The CDC has told cruise lines that if more than 95% of their passengers and crews are vaccinated, the big ships can set sail again in July. 4 astronauts ended their mission aboard the International Space Station when they splashed down in a Crew Dragon capsule in the Gulf of Mexico. After a flawless nighttime landing, they boarded a nearby ship. Tom Hansen reports.
Early this morning, splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico.
We welcome you back to planet Earth.
Infrared cameras captured the rare nighttime water landing of the SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule. 4 astronauts were on board, ending their 166-day mission to the International Space Station. Recovery ships met them at sea.
Separation visually confirmed.
The crew undocked from their orbiting outpost late Saturday, hurtling through space for 6 hours at speeds of more than 17,000 miles an hour. The last nighttime splashdown was in 1968, when the Apollo 8 crew completed its mission to orbit the moon for the first time ever.
It's been a really long time since we attempted a crewed night landing.
Acting head of NASA, Steve Jerzik, oversaw the daring mission.
These space missions are really challenging and they are dangerous. And it takes a team of highly skilled, dedicated, hardworking individuals.
After a flawless landing and a boat ride to solid ground, the team was finally able to say,
Resilience, it is back on planet Earth.
Wrapping up an interstellar red-eye for the history books.
The fact that we were able to accomplish our first 3 crewed launches during a global pandemic shows that perseverance and dedication to something can help you realize and do things that you thought were impossible.
Tom Hansen, CBS News.
Still to come on the news at 11, it's gonna be a cicada summer across the U.S. What to expect and hear when WBOC News at 11 continues.